The whole mistake is that we do not know what is God. We consider God maybe just like one of us. No. The God who is controlling such a huge affairs of universal administration, he is superconscious. That is superconsciousness. Asacyanam sutastam prajnabadang sukhasus. Now the whole living existence is a very subtle thing. Now this body made of earth, water, fire, air, sky, this gross body. And behind this there is another subtle body, that is mind, intelligence and ego. So when we give up this gross body, that subtle body carries me to another gross body. So when this body is lifeless, that body, subtle body is not lifeless. Just like at night, when this gross body is asleep, the subtle body works. Therefore we dream. Now the subtle body and the mind, intelligence and ego, when these three things, psychic life, is absorbed in a certain kind of thought, the dying man gets a similar body with it. That will come when we make progress in the study of Bhagavad Gita. Just like the air passing over the rose tree carries the flavor of the rose, and the air passing over a filthy place carries the flavor of the filthy place. The air is pure, but because it is passing over certain conditions, it carries the flavor. Similarly, the mind, intelligence and ego carries the flavor of our present activities to the next life. That is the subtle mystery of transmigration of the soul from one body to another. Now, in this life, we purify just like gold. The next life, we shall get a body which is full of flavor. If in this life, if we practice devotion of God, the next life is to become the associate of God. And that Chintamani, Prakarasa, we are transferred to that planet. These are simple things. The whole thing is in my head. If I want to be degraded, I can prepare myself in this life for such degradation in the next life. And if we want to elevate ourselves to the highest perfection of life, as to become one of the associates of God, we can prepare ourselves like that. So we have to hear. Unless we hear what sort of God is, what sort of God's place is, what is the mode of life there, we cannot be attracted. We cannot be attracted. So anyone who has got conception, the identification of this body, he is not a learned man. He is a fool. He may be into the calculation of academic education. He may be BA, MA, PhD, DSc or something like doctor and all. But if he has got his identification with this body, he is not a learned man, according to Bhagavad Gita. Not only according to the whole Vedic literature. This is the first instruction. If we want to make progress towards spiritual advancement of knowledge, this preliminary knowledge we must have, that I am not this body. I am not this body. This is the preliminary standing of spiritual knowledge. This is not advancement. This is simply ABCD. ABCD of spiritual life. Illusion. Now, illusion, you can see, illusion means taking one thing for another. That is called illusion. Just like in the desert, accepting the sand as water. That is called illusion. Similarly, every one of us who are identified with this body, he is under illusion. But that's a false thing. But he has no knowledge. Even President Johnson, he is under illusion. Even the greatest scientist, he is under this illusion. So, that one is sure to commit mistake, and one is under illusion, and Brahm, Pramad, Vipralipsa. Vipralipsa means the tendency for cheating. First is that one is sure to commit mistake, one is sure to be in illusion, and one is adapted to cheat others. Now, he is imperfect, but he wants to give knowledge to others. That is cheating. Everyone is imperfect, but he wants to give knowledge to others. Then you can ask that you are also giving us knowledge. No, I am not giving you knowledge. I am speaking about Bhagavad Gita. I am giving you knowledge as given by Lord Krishna. It is not my knowledge. These four principles are there. It is not my manufactured thing. These are information from authoritative scripture that a conditioned soul has four imperfectness. One imperfectness is that he is sure to commit mistakes. He is illusion, and he has got a tendency to cheat. And above all, his senses are imperfect. So anyone who is above all these four imperfectness, who never commits mistake, who is never illusion, who never cheats others, and who has got perfect senses, he is God. That is also another definition of God. He may not be God, the supreme God, but anyone who comes to this stage of life, he is liberated. He is as good as God.